Campaign trail trips this week, planning to head to Ohio on Saturday to back a state senator running for Congress. And with just a few months to go before the midterms, the president is on a mission, as we saw last night in Florida. That's where the Trump factor was on full display. The heat in Tampa coming from a fired-up president pitching tougher Election Day rules.
The time has come for voter ID.
That call followed by this claim that baffled his critics.
You know, if you go out and you want to buy groceries, you need a picture on a card. You need ID.
His supporters cheering him on as the president highlighted his message on the economy. A rallying cry, part of a speech to rally around a Florida congressman running for governor, Ron DeSantis, who defends Donald Trump and delights in his embrace.
My great friend, a tough, brilliant cookie.
Rolling out this tongue-in-cheek ad this week.
Everyone knows my husband, Ron DeSantis, is endorsed by President Trump, but he's also an amazing dad. Ron loves playing with the kids.
Build the wall.
People say Ron's all Trump, but he is so much more.
Big league. So good.
The rally, part of a ramp up to the midterms, with the president expected to pick up the pace after Labor Day, telling Fox News he'll hit the trail hard, trying to turn out his base for fellow Republicans.
I'll go 6 or 7 days a week when we're 60 days out, and I will be campaigning for all of these great people that do have a difficult race.
At the moment, he's on a winning streak. In each of the last 9 Republican primaries where he's picked a candidate, his choice won. A hot hand, and the president plans to keep playing. What can you tell us about the president's plans ahead of the midterms? Where is he going? What's he doing?
He'll be very active, and you saw how active he was in the campaign trail. He'll be out there making the case that he needs the votes here in Washington.
And a note on that hot streak, by the way, it's one thing to do well picking primary candidates, of course. It's another thing altogether to help those candidates beat Democrats. That's especially true in more blue states like Pennsylvania, where the president heads tomorrow for yet another rally. I'm joined now by Washington Post national politics reporter Sean Sullivan. Back with me, Alexi McCammon with Axios, Sahil Kapoor with Bloomberg. Guys, thank you so much for being here. So, Sean, former White House deputy strategist Andy Sarabian told Politico this, quote, President Trump now defines the Republican Party in the same way that the Tea Party defined it in 2010. All of the primaries run through the lens of President Trump. And here is what one supporter at that rally told our own Ali Vitale about the president's, what you might call magic touch, in her view. Watch.
It's great that he supports Ron DeSantis. If he thinks he's good, then he must be good. He's right with everything else.
Are you willing to take his word for it? Whoever Trump says to vote for, you vote for.
I do. Anything he says, everything he says is true. It comes true.
So, Sean, is this a winning strategy?
Well, it certainly is a winning strategy in these primaries. I mean, when I talk to Republican strategists and candidates, you know, they unanimously agree that there is no better stamp of approval you can get in a Republican primary than President Trump's endorsement. He has the ability to transform a race almost overnight with his endorsement. We've seen this in numerous primaries across the country. He was able to oust Mark Sanford by backing his opponent. He entered the fray in Georgia, backing Brian Kemp, and he did well. Now we're seeing it with DeSantis, who looks to be in good shape in Florida. So certainly in primaries, this is the golden ticket for candidates. But the question is, as you pointed out, Hallie, does this actually translate to a win in November against a Democrat? And that's what we'll find out in a few months.
The other thing, Sean, there's the Trump factor. There's also the Koch factor, right? We had reports